Hello and welcome back to the Grunt Perspective, and in this video I'm going to show my patrol pack, or really just the stuff that I keep inside my pack if I were to go on patrol, things like that. Now the pack itself is a Tactical Tailor 3-day plus assault pack, but I want to talk about the pack selection a little bit first. Obviously this is a very large pack. And this isn't really the type of pack that you would stow inside of a main pack to use in addition to your main pack. If I were to use this pack, this would be like the only pack that I'm using. So that being said, like the mission, like I would have to know prior to leaving that I would be going on a patrol. It'd be, you know, the whole purpose of the mission was to go on a patrol for 3 to 5 days or something like that. So this is a very large pack, and I purchased this pack, one, because of the size, and two, because I had the intention of using this pack with body armor. If I'm wearing a chest rig, then I would most likely just use some sort of pack with a frame to patrol with. I'd be able to keep it light, and I'd be able to carry the weight much better because it'd be on my hips and on my shoulders, as opposed to just on my shoulders with a pack like this. But if I'm using this with a plate carrier, then with my plate carrier I'm also going to have my belt, so that kind of takes the hip belt out of the equation for using the pack with the frame. So that's kind of the niche where this pack falls, and it does it really well. Obviously, Tactical Tailor is really high quality. They make completely bomb-proof stuff, and it's absolutely sufficient for infantry needs. Now, to talk about patrolling a little bit before I talk about the pack, I think a lot of people think that patrolling is like really sexy, and they think it's like lightweight and super fun and things like that, and they just couldn't be further from the truth. Patrolling sucks. Doing patrol-based operations is an absolute break-off. They think that you're going to be carrying super lightweight, when in reality it's going to be some of the heaviest packs you've ever carried, because you're going to have comm equipment, extra ammo, claymores, rockets, all kinds of stuff, right? So it's not a lightweight thing. It's very much a heavyweight type of thing. So you can go ahead and kiss that whole philosophy goodbye, because that's just not realistic for a military. If you're a civilian or something, then like you don't have the ability or need to carry a lot of that stuff that I'm talking about. But there are some things that are going to translate. So either way, just it's not super high speed, especially like the long range reconnaissance patrols that everyone thinks is like super cool right now. Like those guys are carrying 100 pounds of ammo and water and food, and that's what they need to live and fight. So it's not a super high speed, low drag thing. It sucks. It's a physical and mental challenge. So with that out of the way, to talk about a little bit of stuff that goes inside the pack. Just like I said, this is a Tactical Tailor 3-day assault pack, and you can see it's quite large, but it carries the weight pretty well. And you know, having the Tactical Tailor, knowing that it's bomb-proof, is something that I absolutely need. So I would really recommend Tactical Tailor. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of unpack it as I go through and talk about certain things. So talk about the back and the harness itself. You can see there is a hip belt. I've taped it up. That doesn't bother me when I have my plate carrier on, because you know I won't feel it. But the shoulder straps are adjustable. You have these like load lifter style straps that you see on like civilian hiking backpacks and things like that, which are nice. They make the ride a little bit more comfortable. Has a chest strap, which I really like. Definitely need that. In addition, I really like this pack because it has lots of cinch straps It's got something on the top here so I could strap some sort of maybe a rocket or a litter or something like that. It's got straps on the side here so I could kind of control that. And then it's also got straps on the bottom which can come unclipped, and you can, these straps are very long. I have them taped up now, but you can really put a pretty large item on the bottom of your pack, which, like I just mentioned, more than likely you're going to have to carry some weird stuff that you've never seen before when you're going on patrol. So that's the pack. I really like the pack. I'd really highly recommend it. It is pretty pricey, but I think it's definitely worth it for the quality and for all the reasons that I just mentioned. Excuse me. Now, I'll talk about what's on the front. You can see on the front there's 2 compartments. On the front, the very front compartment, easy to access, I have my survival kit. As I've mentioned in my survival kit video, this goes on patrol with me. If I'm ever away from my pack, this goes inside my plate carrier or around my waist with the strap. And I have a full video of the survival kit, which you can go and watch if you got questions about it. That's the only thing that I try to keep inside that pocket, just so it's easy to access if I ever need to like grab it and run or something like that. That's that. Now, press that down here, undo my straps. Inside here, I keep my tarp and some 550 cord to set it up if I ever get the opportunity to, just a little bit of 550 cord. And you can see I have the tarp, or the poncho, actually is a technical term, but it's a tarp. It has a head hole in it, and I've treated it with some Scotch Guard, so it's nice and waterproof. Every once in a while you might have to redo that to make sure it's actually waterproof, but that's, you know, that is probably about the extent of comfort that you're going to get on patrol. Being able to set something like that up is really awesome, but you might not have the opportunity to do that. So if you can't set it up, another way that I've found to sleep is to wrap myself in it. It kind of acts like a bivvy. Obviously it's not closed on both ends like a bivvy is, so it doesn't work as well, but depending on the temperature and the climate that you're going to be in, it'll be just fine. So take a look at that, see if that's something that you can do, because, you know, you're gonna, when you're on patrol, like, you're gonna be roughing it a little bit. You're gonna be uncomfortable. It's just the nature of it, unless you want to bring your whole main pack, which I don't. That covers the front, though. Obviously, I have the cinch straps here, which I just use to keep the whole pack nice and tight. Unbuckling the top cinch straps here, we get into the medium-sized compartment. I should note that this pack is meant to be like 2 to 4 days away from other friendly units. Depending on your water consumption, your food consumption, and things like that is going to depend whether you end up a bit closer to 2 days or a bit closer to 4 days. So yeah, about 2 to 4 days. Little hygiene kit here. I've also got a video on this. So if you got questions about what's in there, check that out. Here, I got a little bag of some high-calorie snacks. I got some granola bars, I got some trail mix, and I got some Slim Jims and some cheese sticks and things like that. Just real easy food to eat quickly, but also high in calories because your body's going to need it. And then I've got 3 field stripped MREs. The way I field strip mine, I see a lot of people that they take way too much stuff out of their MREs when they field strip them. And you want to try to keep all the high calorie stuff in there. Like, you want to keep the main meals, you want to keep all the stuff that maybe doesn't taste so good, but it's got a lot of calories, because your body's going to need it. So I keep all that stuff in there. I take all the extra stuff out, like all the extra packaging and whatnot. Depending on how cold it's going to be outside, I'll decide if I'm going to take the heater or not. Not just to heat up the food, but you can also use the heater to heat yourself up, activate it. You can put it inside your sleeping system or something like that. It's not going to work as well as like hot rocks or a hot water bottle or something like that, but it is nice when you want it. So yeah, make sure you don't take too much stuff out. And then what I do Once I field strip them, I put it all in there sideways, wrap it up in tape so I know that this one hasn't been eaten yet. And then as I eat them, I obviously cut the tape off, eat the MRE, and then all the trash from the MRE goes back inside this pouch, inside the bag, and then the bag gets folded over, or the lip of the bag gets tucked into the bag itself, and then it just goes back inside my pack, or it gets buried or something like that, gets thrown away. So 3 main meals plus some snacks should be enough to get me through, just like I said, 2 to 4 days. Next thing I have here is my entrenching tool. In my infantryman tools video, I talked about how important it is to have an entrenching tool with you, like the modern infantryman specifically. So, you know, this might be something that depends on what your mission is and what you're doing, but definitely something that you should have with you more often than you don't have with you, if that makes sense. So entrenching tool, ability to harden your position, fill sandbags or something like that, or dig an actual fighting position. You know, you may go out on patrol with no plan to do any of those things, but plans change very quickly. And it's just something that you need to have with you. So that's all I'll say about that. In my infantryman tools video, I talked about it at great length. Inside here, I have a bandolier of 4 magazines. This is the standard bandolier. 4 magazines would be pre-filled preferably. What I've also done is just taken bandoliers without extra magazines if I didn't have extra magazines, and then you can fill them whenever you get the chance. But you should definitely have extra ammo for the same reason that you should have an e-tool. Even if you go out not expecting to use it, plans change very, very quickly. The situation changes very quickly, and you might need more ammo, especially, you know, if you're an infantryman. Okay, so that is everything that goes inside of this exterior pocket here. It's got a good bit of volume. As you can see, I fit all that stuff inside there, and it was pretty much full, so there wasn't a whole lot of room left. We'll cover the exterior pockets real quick. Exterior pockets, right now I have 1 liter Nalgene's inside both. The cool thing about this pack though is it is large enough, or these pockets are large enough to fit the 1.5 liter Nalgene's, the tall ones as well. So if you want to do that, you can do that, and then you just loosen the strap up a little bit and it'll close. Or, you know, you don't have to use Nalgene's. You can go to the store and buy 1.5 liter water bottles and put them in there, and that works just as well. But having some water, obviously, you know, there's a lot of reasons why you need water. You need water because you need to drink water. So I got 2 liters there, and you can see I've got more inside the main compartment inside of Camelback. All right, opening up into the main compartment now. You'll see I have a rifle maintenance kit. Got this on the top so it's easy to access. I also have a video on my rifle maintenance kit if you're curious about what's inside. Here I have a rain jacket, a Gore-Tex rain jacket. Not really the most effective against rain, depending on how old yours is or something like that, but it is good for cold weather, and it's a good item to take on a patrol to keep you warm at night while you're like pulling security or something like that. So that's why I like to bring it. But if I were to have to take anything like out of this pack, the Gore-Tex would probably be the first thing to go if I had to like take it out to make room for some other stuff. That being said, even with the Gore-Tex in there, this compartment isn't completely full. I can still smash it down, maybe get a compression sack for it or something like that, and I still have some room inside there. Next thing, I have my little battle board with my order writing template, some extra map pens and map tools and things like that, even though I already have map pens and map tools are going to be on my body, but you know, extra, just to have some extra, as well as the orders writing template there, just in case, just like I've been saying, you know, your mission changes. Now here I've got 2 max sacks. Inside of one of them, I'm not sure which is which, but inside of one of them I have a poncho liner. not gonna open it up. And then inside of this one here, I realize now that I'm holding it, I have a poncho liner jacket, like the puffy jacket thing, the smoker's jacket. It's got 1,000 names, but you know what I'm talking about. I've got an extra pair of underwear and an extra pair of socks. I've actually got 2 extra pairs of socks. I've got a long sleeve shirt, and I've got a beanie and a neck gaiter inside here. Just like some snivel gear or some little some warming gear. When you're sleeping on patrol, like multiple day patrol, like the way that I've always viewed it is like, you know, you're not going to bring your sleeping bag. Obviously, this is going to depend on how cold it is, right? But the way I viewed it is like, I'm going to wear all of my warming layers combined with my sleeping system, my poncho liner, and that's like what's going to get me down to the temperature grade that I need to get through. Just because there isn't enough room inside a pack like this, and this is a really big pack. There isn't enough room inside a pack like this to carry like a sleeping system where you could sleep without any other like warming layers and things on like that. So that's the way I've always done it. When it comes time to go to bed, I put like my beanie on, I put my poncho liner top on, maybe my long sleeve shirt on, and then I get inside of my poncho liner, wrap myself up inside my tarp if I can, or I hang my tarp up if I can do something like that, keep the rain or the mist or dew or whatever off of me. That's the way I've always slept though. It's definitely not comfortable, but that's, you know, it's the way it is. So that's what I found to work. And then inside here I got a 3-liter Camelback bladder, obviously full with a hose coming out through the top here so I can drink it while I'm on the move there. And that's all. That's all that I normally carry inside of my patrol pack. Like I said in the beginning, I think a lot of people get the wrong idea about patrolling. They think it's really light and fast and easy, and the chances are if you're moving light and fast and easy, you don't have the stuff that you need to actually have with you. Like, this is like base loadout. This isn't even accounting for any of the extra gear that you might have to carry, like a litter or extra first aid equipment or more ammo than 4 mags or machine gun ammo, claymores, rockets, or tools like the machetes and axes and things like that. So it can add up very quickly, like sledgehammers and breaching tools and things like that. Like it can add up very quickly. So that's one of the reasons why I think it's very important that you look for a pack like this that has these cinch straps that you can kind of strap stuff down to the outside, because you're almost never going to be going on patrol with what you thought you were going to be going on patrol with, because there's always going to be something that you need to carry. And all of that stuff is going to be like essential to your mission. Like if you're carrying it, then you know you can't make room by taking that stuff out. You're going to have to make room by taking this stuff out. So that's when, like, you know, it gets to be what I was talking about in the beginning, how it gets to be really, really shitty, that, you know, you are really roughing it for a while. So yeah, with that out of the way, I just, hopefully people have a little bit of a wake-up call about patrolling. Now their kind of brain is in the right track. Hopefully you guys re-gear your packs and things like that. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.